Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-September 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Sagittarius collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the Saggies in mid-September? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Saggy in mid-September. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get it going here. Been quite intense for a lot of the zodiac over the past couple weeks, so we're going to hope to see that energy maybe mellow out. You never know. You never know what the universe is going to toss our way. I love this card, just the energy of it. Such a curious dream. So your mindset, your imagination, that's already being highlighted, and also your dreams and sleep. So it's like initially with this first card, not only is it beautiful, there's like a lot of energy surrounding the mind, the brain. Also, visualization, like there's a lot of stuff already coming through with this card. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about the card. So we see Alice in Wonderland sitting there with her big eyes, hand on the face. It's like she's daydreaming. It reminds me of the Four of Cups a little bit. So again, for a lot of Sagittarius, you might be in your brain a little more so than normal. Nothing wrong with that. Whether you're just daydreaming, a little fantasizing, doesn't have to be anything weird or nefarious. It could just be someone that's in their mind. There could be certain situations that you can't get off your mind, can't get off your brain. Now, the fact that it does link to actual dreams as well, there could be something surrounding sleep. So if you've been having a lot of vivid dreams, there could be some messages there that Spirit wants you to take a look at. Maybe you haven't been sleeping too good. Maybe you need a little more rest. All of those things could be in play when I see this card. There's nothing wrong with creativity. There's nothing wrong with some daydreaming and imagining things or even thinking about things. It's just when we stay there too long. And listen, I have a lot of water sign placements. I'm always in the headspace. So, like, there's no judgment here. But Spirit might want you to not overthink something. Just like, okay, think about it and then move on to something else. Like, don't get trapped into thought loops. So we're just going to let it chill right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my lovely Saggies. What's going on? And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Sudden Shift. So for a lot of Saggies, there could be various things doing a quick 180. Whether it's a situation, whether it's a feeling or an emotion or an opinion. To me, it's like something doing a quick turnaround. And it could be various things too. Felt like there were a lot of things prone, especially around all the fire signs, to do a quick flip. So we're going to see if that energy continues. It can bleed over for a couple weeks, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So when we take this out, it's for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Saggies here in mid-September. What's going on for my good friends? All right. I mean, we're starting good. It just feels very daydreamy to me again with the 9 of Cups. It's a good start. It's one of my nice, welcoming, chill type of cards. So if you've been going through some rough patches, that's a chill type of energy. Let's see what else we got. 2 of Wands. All right, now we got a little bit of strategy. Can I make something better? Can I improve this? Okay, let's get one more. Let's get one more for my Saggies. Good. Okay, we're not just looking at your energy here this week, my friends. There's like the energy of those around you or someone in your circle. That could be tugging at your energetic strings when I'm seeing all this action, especially here on the back end. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know I always like to look at the elements first, and we have a nice even distribution this week. So we have cups, which is the water. That's the realm of emotions, feelings, the internal realm. Just like with that oracle card in the beginning, it's like a little daydreamy, very emotional. It's all that internal energy, and it could be great for creativity. I think it's good, and we'll talk about all the positives in a moment. Just watch the emotions in this time. Like they could be heightened, especially with the nine cups. In the middle, we have the two of wands, which is fire. That's the realm of action, movement, desire, passion. So that's your comfort zone. Saggy is a fire sign. So it's like, all right, I'm cool with this. But there's more here. There's a lot more energy in the undercurrent. I feel like there's going to be a lot of details this week. Moving to the back end, we have Earth. That's the realm of the material world around us. So, work, money, how we earn a living, living situations, friends, family, especially with the Three of Pentacles. So, it's like we have a nice mixture of stuff going on. Hopefully, you don't have too much on your plate. I feel cautiously optimistic. But let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, we start with the Nine of Cups, and we see our pal sitting there, hands crossed, and he has nine cups over his head. He's got a big old smile. He is happy, right? This is a big card of wish fulfillment. So first and foremost, starting a reading like this, I always think of things going my way, wins, victories, something positive. It's very optimistic. This card is welcoming and kind. That's the beautiful aspect of this card. So it's like, yeah, I got nine cups. I have plenty here. Won't you have one? So sometimes this card could be celebratory get-togethers, especially with the Three of Pentacles in the spread as well. It's very social. So for some of you, you might feel a little more social than you normally do, or a little more outgoing. Now, aside from that, in the wish fulfillment and wins and victories, there is a downside. Every card has a downside. And this one is twofold. One, this could be an energy that's a little too open. It's an energy that could be a little too kind. Will give you the clothes off their back type of energy when it's cold outside. So watch that you're not being too nice or too kind when this card is here. It can also represent overindulgence. So it's like, all right, I'm having a good time, I'm having fun, but there's a fine line where someone can cross into having too much fun. So just watch out for any sort of overindulgence. Now, we start with a great energy here in the front, and I also like the one in the center because it does feel a little bit more grounded, but it's like really strategic for some reason. So I'm not sure what someone has up their sleeve, but we got the Two of Wands. Now, all twos in tarot can represent being at a crossroads, a decision point, make or break point. Do I go left? Do I go right? So some of you might be at a crossroads of some sort, but it also represents partnerships. So especially with the Three of Pentacles and this welcoming card, we're possibly looking at somebody else's energy here. This could represent something that's at the early phases. So there's always a lot of planning. There's always a lot of strategy here. And when I see it next to the Nine of Pentacles, it's like, all right, how can I make this better? Or how can I get the best result here? So again, whether there's something that Spirit wants you to plan out, don't be spontaneous, plan it, or maybe there's someone else that's in the strategy phase. That could definitely be the case. Now, what's the downside to the Two of Wands? Sometimes it could be an energy of feeling stuck, where it's like, all right, I want to progress. How can I progress? I'm stuck here until this happens, or I'm stuck here until something helps me or something happens. So we need to look at this further. Um, Sometimes it could be over planning. So we'll just have to look and see. Now, moving to the back end, this might be the whole crux of the matter when we get to the final card. We have the Three of Pentacles, and you see it's a group of artisans, and they're working. It's a group effort when we see this card. So, of course, I think of work, business, how we earn a living. I already mentioned it could be the groups of people around us, so whether it's friends, family. It's a group effort regarding something, and it's a card of teamwork makes the dream work. So maybe you need help with something, maybe someone wants to help you out. It could be a variety of different things. I generally love this card because it's creative and it's expressive, right? They're artisans. But the downside to this, it could represent somebody that's messing with the flow, right? Someone that's sticking out like a sore thumb, someone that's messing with a group dynamic. So we do want to look and see if we're looking at someone else's energy or someone that could be coming towards you, especially with the Three of Pentacles, because usually it's smooth, but it could be someone causing some issues, causing some problems. And we do want to look at it. Sometimes it could be funky group dynamics too. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Saji. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Nine of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Saggy, drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the 9 here, please? Why is the 9 of Cups here? Okay. Huh. Okay. We need to be cautious as we move through the reading now, my friends. So we do have the Tower in reverse underneath the 9 of Cups. Now, if we are to take the most optimistic, I mean, even in reverse, the Tower energy could be very shocking, where it's like, I wasn't expecting it, but I kind of was. It's like, oh, I was unsure if it was going to happen, but I kind of had a sense about it. There could absolutely be like a shocking winner victory here, which I think is also good. But then there's also this energy where I feel like we need caution because it's like, all right, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't call something a win before it's actually a win, because there could be something where you think you're going to get a certain result, but it might take a little turn on you. We need to see how the rest of it plays out. Now let's talk about the Tower. It's a very karmic type of energy, karmic card. It does connect to Scorpio. Again, it's very shocking out of nowhere. So even in reverse, to me, it's an energy that just shakes things up, right? So when I see it under the 9 of Cups, once again, if we're being optimistic, this is a win, victory, shocking, it's out of nowhere. That could be great. Claim that if you want. But then at the same time, I feel like somebody might be celebrating a little too soon. Somebody might be celebrating a winner or victory a little too quickly. Let's keep moving. Again, it's an energy, or it's a suppression thing where someone might be acting fine, but they're really not. I mean, let's see what's up with the 2 of Wands. We're not going to get too surgical there. We're not going to keep digging around. Let's see what's up with that 2 of Wands, though. I mean, maybe someone's planning on surprising you. Who knows? But let's see what's up with that 2. Why is it here for Saggy? Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, so to me, this is either advice or what somebody's doing. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man in reverse underneath the 2 of Wands. The Hanged Man is another one of my strategist cards, planning. It's very observational. It's also one of the watchers. The fact that it's in reverse underneath the 2 of Wands, it's like, no, I'm going to put a plan into motion. I'm going to put a plan into effect. So for some of you, this could be spirit saying, like, all right, Saggy, there's something where either you need to plan it or be very strict about something where it's like step by step by step. And listen, as a fire sign myself, I know usually where more go with the flow. There's something here about adding structure or needing to go step by step. Either it's advice for you, or when I see the 2 of Wands, Hanged Man in reverse, it is most definitely somebody that's got a plan up their sleeve and they're going to put it into play. Where it's like, all right, something might seem random, but it's really not. Something might seem like it's out of the blue, but it really wasn't. It's something that was planned for quite a while. That's how it feels to me. And again, I'm not trying to make anyone paranoid, but that's just the vibe that's coming through, especially with the Hanged Man in reverse. If it was in the upright, I would say, all right, well, maybe this is something that's still getting planned out, or someone's still sketching out their plan. When it's in reverse underneath the 2 of Wands, it's like, no, I'm going to do this. There's something I want to do, and I will follow through with it. So I don't know why the strategy, Sag. Let's keep moving over to the 3 of Pentacles. Something might seem random, but it's really not. Okay, let's go in on the 3, and we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. So, different energy than I'm used to getting for you, that's for sure. So, why is the 3 of Pentacles here for my Saggies? Why is it here? Okay. Okay. A little funky energy here. So, we do have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse underneath this 3 of Pentacles. And it's somebody that's like making waves. Somebody that like all these outside energies, I feel like if there are any warnings here for you this week, Saji, it's more about like your surroundings or the people around you as opposed to like things that you're doing or not doing, honestly. And I'm a big believer in like, all right, we take actions, we can change the world around us. But then again, there's sometimes where it's the people and the situations or things around us that are acting a little wild, even if we're not. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, if you're not connected to an earth sign, it's usually very slow, very detailed, very cautious type of vibe. When it's in reverse underneath this 3 of Pentacles, I feel like it's somebody making waves but doing it quietly. So watch out for any gossipers. Watch out for some, I don't want to call someone manipulative or anything like that, but it's somebody that's doing stuff quietly. So it makes sense with what we have here in front. The Knight of Pentacles is very cautious, and underneath the Three of Pentacles, it's like, what are you doing? What are you working on there? Because it's somebody just being very quiet about something. So again, I'm not sure if it's your plans or somebody else's plans. They're just keeping something very hush hush. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadows. So there's some good stuff here, Sag. I guess it depends on your situation and it depends on your perspective. But I feel like there's great energy, especially towards the front. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we start here with the Nine of Cups, Tower in reverse. I said in the best, most optimistic case possible. Sure, this could be like a shocking winner victory where it's like, oh, that went better than expected. Nice. I do like that. Then there's also this energy of like somebody possibly suppressing something, uh, where they're not feeling great, but they're acting like they are, putting on a smile. And then especially when we get over to this next one where it's like something may seem random, but it's not. We in the center we have the Two of Wands with the Hanged Man in reverse. So whether that's advice from Spirit to tell you to take your time or plan something out and go step by step by step, structure, or it's somebody that they're most definitely planning something and they plan on initiating that, where it's like, no, I got a plan. I'm actually going to follow through with it. So again, some random things might not be so random. Then moving to the back end, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. A very quiet type of energy where it's like, I don't want to use the word manipulating, but that's the best way I could picture it, where it's like I'm doing things, I'm setting things into motion, but I'm being very quiet about it. It's like I'm preparing, I'm getting something ready, and it's just extremely hush hush. So watch out for any funky vibes like that. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for Saggy. What's happening? Guides and Spirit team. And yes, this is where I go and pull you a shadow card. It's one of the things I like to do at the end of the reading, whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get it going here. What do we got in the shadows for my Saggy friends? Maybe it'll give us a little more insight about the stuff we've been looking at. Thank you. The Emperor. So Aries, if any of you are connected to Aries, for another portion of you, this could be uh, a relationship with authority, like anyone that's in a position of authority. I know sometimes Saggies could be a little bit rebellious. So when I see the magician, and not the magician, the Emperor in the shadows, it's like, ooh, if you feel like anyone's trying to control you or control something a little too much, you might lash out. If you're dealing with anybody that's overly controlling or manipulative, you might lash out a little extra in this time. Now, the Emperor doesn't have to be a bad thing. The Emperor can be an energy that's very much under control if you're not connected to an Aries or don't have Aries placements. Just like we saw here in the middle, plan it out, follow the plan. That's how you'll keep things under control. So there is something where Spirit wants you to plan it out, especially with this Emperor here. But yeah, watch out for any people in positions of authority that might be acting in some funky ways with this card, and especially if anyone's being too overbearing or overly controlling. So we're just going to leave it at that, Saggy. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The September subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The September calendar is already live, so we could have ourselves a little chat. But for the September subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks ever, the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's great for beginners and experienced readers. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which ones do you get along best with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As usual, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.